Welcome to my video. Today, I just want to take a moment to talk about things that I've learned this second time around being natural and reflect back on all the mistakes and just ignorance and just, from my first time being natural. So there are a couple of things I want to share with you today, especially those of you who are just starting out or who are doing something similar to me by going natural again and trying to do it right this time. So the things I've learned, or things that have changed since 1994 when I first made the decision to go natural. First of all, back then I didn't know anything about transitioning and what you're supposed to do and hairstyles for that and products that you can use especially for that whole period of time. I just thought, look, as soon as I start to see the curls sprout from the roots of my head, I'm gonna cut it off. I didn't realize that I had an option to grow it out some more. I thought my hair would start to break off, so I just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna cut it off. And I had about between 1 and 2 inches of hair all over my head when I cut off my hair. If I can find a picture from back then, I will insert here. Also, at that time, there weren't the plethora of videos and blogs and forums and products and just knowledge and science, chemistry for the win, that's out there, now. And so I'm really fortunate that things have changed that much. This is going to sound really stupid, but water. What a revelation. That's my little spray bottle, and I use it almost every day, except for when I'm being lazy or I feel like I'm alright, I could do without this. But generally I use it all the time. And before, when I was natural, like the concept of, wow, my hair is really dry and thirsty, maybe I should spray some water on it, like, didn't enter into my head at all. Like, seriously, my hair used to bunch up so much here in the center, and it still does if I don't put water on it, and just gets really hay-like and bird nesty. I used to have a lot of problems when it came time to detangling it or doing any kind of styling with it besides putting it up in a ponytail or just wearing it, all out. So, yeah, regularly spray your scalp, because that's why your head itches, and spraying your ends, because the ends of your hair need the most moisture because they're the oldest and most weathered parts of your hair. And the third thing I would say is nighttime hair care, which you can witness right now. I'm not going for an alternative, Princess Leia thing. This is my going to bed hairstyle. I don't know. I don't know if you can see what's kind of going on here. Basically, it's 4 twists that have then been wrapped around my hair just to maintain, to stretch it out, to keep the stretch and pinned. But yeah, back in the day, I used to just go to bed however my hair was. Sometimes even if it was in a ponytail. Shock horror. Yeah. Which is really bad. And it also meant that I sometimes got broken hair. My hair would break off in the front. I remember putting my hair in braids back in 2002, like the tiny micro braids that I had before. And I remember having like little pieces here and there, just kind of like, I don't know, they would be like this short, my braid would be this short, and I'd have to keep it tucked under another braid or like pin it under another braid because my hair was broken off. Speaking of broken off hair, that brings me to how impatient I was with myself when it came to detangling. as my hair grew longer, sometimes I would spend 45 minutes to an hour in the shower just trying to get through my hair. And I get really frustrated where I had knots, and I would get aggressive and just like tear through it with a comb. Ah! And of course that leads to broken and damaged hair, and it leads to like little bunches of short hair like all over your hair. But because generally I have a, you know, pretty good head of hair, no one looking at it could tell, but I knew that my hair was jacked because I was not patient with myself. I thought something was wrong with me. Like, why is my hair so tangled? But that's just the nature of curly hair. It gets tangled. So there's nothing wrong with you. You have to be patient with detangling. And there are several things that you can do to help with that process, which I will discuss in another video. Yeah, or just cut out the little knots. If you can't, you know, separate them, beat them to death with a scissor. I also did not realize that there was a difference between moisture and oil. I thought that, well, they're basically the same thing. They are not. Moisture comes in the form of some kind of liquid, preferably water, sometimes involving aloe vera juice and maybe a sprinkling of glycerin, but keep it simple. And oil is something that seals. It protects the moisture because we know that oil and water generally don't mix, and that protects the moisture that you put in your hair. So that's been a really important lesson for me to learn. And I know a lot of this seems really, that is so obvious. But, you know, it wasn't obvious to me back then. I didn't have anybody else in my family that was going natural. And I also have a really different hair type from everybody else in my family. I didn't know what to do and just kind of had to figure it out for myself. No, there's one last thing I want to say. Deep conditioning. I didn't used to do that, but it really, really makes a difference for protecting your hair from getting weathered. I just wanted to share those few things with you of my lessons learned that I'm really thankful for, because my hair is in a much, much, much better position. If there's anything you think I've left out of this that's really important, feel free to leave it in the comments. And also, if you have requests for a type of video that you would like to see me make, then please do so in the comments, or you can email me. All right.